In this video, we're going to have a look at how to draw a box and whisker plot when our data set contains an outlier. So if we have an extreme value or an outlier within our data set, we mark that on our box and whisker plot with an X. So we don't include it within our whisker, but we keep it isolated and mark it with an X. Then the whisker of our plot is then shortened to the next largest or the next smallest figure, depending on which end we are working with. So in the example, there was an outlier of 5, and then the next number after that wasn't until 15. So the whisker ended on 15, and we mark 5 with a cross. So let's have a look at an example of how to draw a box and whisker plot with an outlier. So in our example, we're being asked to draw a box and whisker plot for the following data set. So this time we haven't been given a 5-number summary. We need to go ahead and complete that 5-number summary ourselves. So the first part of doing that is we need to find the median. And we use our formula. So n plus 1 divided by 2, which is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 5th. So we're looking for our 5th term, which is going to be our median term. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our 5th term is 6. So our median is going to be 6. We also need to calculate our quartile 1 and quartile 3 values. So to do that, we need to split the data into 2 halves. Now, because our median is an actual number from our data set, we exclude that, and our first half consists of the first 4 numbers, and then the second half consists of the last 4 numbers. So to find quartile 1 and quartile 3, I need to work out where they lay within each half. So to do that, again, I'm going to use my n plus 1 formula, divide by 2. This time it's going to be 4 plus 1 divided by 2, which is equal to 2.5. So I'm looking for the 2.5th term to work out quartile 1 and quartile 3. So looking at the first half, 1, 2, 3. So my 2.5th term is going to be in between 5 and 5. So quartile 1 is equal to 5 plus 5 divided by 2, which is equal to 5. And doing the same thing to find quartile 3. So starting at the first number in the second half, 1, 2, 3. My quartile 3 is going to be in between 7 and 12. So to find quartile 3, 7 plus 12 divided by 2. The 7 plus 12 is 19 divided by 2 is equal to 9.5. So now that I know my median, quartile 1 and quartile 3, I can go ahead and write my 5-number summary down. So the lowest number is going to be 3. Quartile 1 is going to be 5. My median is going to be 6. My quartile 3 is going to be 9.5. And my upper extreme is going to be 20. But when I have a look at my data set, I can see that 20 is an outlier to the rest of the data. The next smallest number after 20 is 12. So when I'm drawing my box and whisker plot, the whisker isn't going to go to 20, it's going to go to 12. And then I'm going to put a cross at 20 to let the user of the box and whisker plot know that there was an outlier. So the first step in drawing my box and whisker plot is to draw my scale. Now I'm going to need to go from 3 right up to 20. So I can go up in lots of 2, starting at 2 and stopping at 22, making sure that each interval is evenly spaced along my scale. So now to draw my box and whisker plot, I'll go ahead and find my lower number, which is 3 on this scale, and put a dot. Then I find my upper extreme, which in this case is going to be 12 because I'm not including my outlier, and going through and finding 12 on the scale and putting a dot. Now I need to mark in my quartile 1, median, and quartile 3 amounts. So I find 5, 6, and then 9.5, and draw straight vertical lines. And then I go ahead and join up quartile 1 to quartile 3 at the top and bottom to complete my box, and then join up the lower extreme to quartile 1 and quartile 3 to the upper extreme to complete my whiskers. Now because I've got an outlier, I need to mark that on my box and whisker plot, and I do that by putting a cross at 20. So the cross signifies that I've got an outlier that is away from the main data, which is represented by the box and whisker plot.